Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys my talk about the Kimetsu no Yaiba Mugen Ressha-hen or the Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Mugen Train Arc TV version, which is on episode 1. Now, I'll let you guys know and tell you guys right now, this episode is original. Not to mention, I think it was putting in some scenes that they couldn't put in the movie because, either time restraints, production issues, whatever the case may be. But if anything else, I'm just going to watch the series, talk about it, and make a comparison, If you want to watch the Mugen Train arc and get it done and over with, you will understand that it's in Crunchyroll and Funimation. But unfortunately, unless you are a member or you have subscription to those services, you won't be able to watch the movie. I don't know. Who knows? I think that's how Crunchyroll and everything else is working on. It works that way. If anything else, if you want to watch the TV version, just gotta wait a week. If you're not a member, etc., you guys get the queue. Anyway, sorry for being a little over the top and being a little too long and talkative for the first minute. Let's just get this started. We have to it that one of our demon slayers ends up meeting Rengoku at a freaking noodle shop whatsoever. Forgive me if I'm not saying this correctly or I'm not giving out the right kind of good details in a certain way, but he ends up meeting up with Rengoku, and that there is some rumor about a Mugen train having to have a lot of passengers disappear whatsoever. Not to mention that's what the certain demon slayer is there for, to tell the Flame Hashira Rengoku, about the situation. So as the episode continues on here and there, we have to it that we see two citizens who's trying to make a living to trying to help out their family members, their loved ones very greatly. And of course, the girl apparently is not trying to be scared right now, and there is no bento being sold, which really sucks, because etc. As for the grandma, she talks about a certain demon here and there, but whatever the case may be, not entirely a good thing. The girl is scared, and Rengoku asks him about that kind of demon, and the girl ends up throwing a freaking bun at his face, saying to knock it off, because I guess she's scared or she doesn't believe in such thing, and it's just certain ghost stories or something like that. It's just terrifying, whatever the case may be. Whatever age she is, she's already starting to show somewhat of a overreacting side, that kind of thing. And we have to it that Rengoku decides to buy all their bento boxes because apparently no one has bought a single one, or that's not really helping out, and we have to it that Rengoku ends up boarding a train, but it's not the Mugen train. The guy ends up telling Rengoku the Mugen train is under maintenance right now, and Rengoku says, okay, thank you very much, and he immediately jumps out of the freaking train and ends up bringing the bento boxes he bought with him. I'm like, gosh dang, man, you are one crazy good guy, that kind of thing. That aside, we have to it that Rengoku ends up meeting up with those who's doing maintenance on the Mugen train, and they end up talking about a certain demon, Well, I think that's before that. I mean, Rengoku does talk to the girl and woman about the slasher demon, which apparently he shows up in this episode, He ends up having to take one of the citizens hostage, and then he ends up saying how human food is disgusting and that he can only find greatness in human flesh whatsoever. I'm thinking in my mind, you gotta be kidding me, man. You really want to run your mouth against this guy right now? And we had to that the slasher demon is actually very fast, but we all know Rengoku, if you watch the movie, he's faster, that kind of thing. That aside, as the episode continues on in its own way, Rengoku therefore tells the slasher that you're not going to find the woman that you tried to slash or hurt, because we already treat her wounds, and no matter how long it'll take, we're going to help her overcome this mental scarring whatsoever, that kind of thing. And we have to it eventually, the slasher decides to try to go after the two females who sells the bentos whatsoever, and tries to hit Rengoku where it hurts, but Rengoku's like, oh yeah, you're gonna freaking do that. Before he could actually kill the boy he has hostage, Rengoku cut off one of his arms or something right away, and then managed to save the boy. While his subordinates and the medical team are on the way, Rengoku ends up chasing the slasher, and eventually catches up with the slasher before he could do any damage to before he could kill the old lady and the girl, and ends up defeating the slasher demon, And we have to that woman actually sees Rengoku as the man who saved her and her daughter 20 years ago whatsoever, and that she goes you're that same man who saved me and my daughter, you know, that kind of thing. And we have to it. Eventually, Rengoku's like, oh, then you must be talking about my dad 20 years ago. Well, I'll be sure to like send them the message about that, and I'm very glad to see to it that I'm able to like save the people he saved, you know, that kind of thing. Eventually, he gets a message about like eventually one of his subordinates, or should I say one of the Demon Slayer members, you know, ends up having to like tell Rengoku about what's up, you know, that about the situation. And as for the Mugen train, it's gonna go back tonight where Rengoku's gonna like board it, you know, that kind of thing, which is a good thing. I look for that's really great. And as for whatchamacallit, he decides to buy the bento boxes from the grandma and her granddaughter again, you know, which I go like, oh, that's really sweet, you know. I mean, he did that like before yesterday, and now he's gonna do it again, you know. And then later on, he ends up boarding the train and ends up taking his first bite out of the bento box, you know. While we end up seeing the scene with Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke finally like boarding the train, and the next episode is called Deep Sleep. So yeah, pretty much an original episode, but I don't think it's too original. From what I heard and research, and I was told that that they're adapting things from certain parts of the manga, or from a certain like part of a source or light novel whatsoever, that they're putting into like putting into the TV series, you know. So overall, it's pretty much like I said, and repeating myself again, you could go ahead and watch the movie version if you want to get this over with. I mean, like when it comes to like the TV version and the movie version, you know, they're going to be pretty much different from what I heard. There's going to be some scenes that might be added in there that they couldn't add in the movie because either time restraints or production issues, or they don't have the resources, whatever the case may be. But whatever the situation, yeah, if you guys want to watch the movie version, go. It's released on Crunchyroll and Funimation, but I believe you have to have a subscription depending on the situation. I don't know, but even if you don't, you may have to face a lot of advertisements, that's for sure. So yeah, anyways, looking forward to like next episode and make a comparison, you know. So far, this is an original episode, you know, that kind of thing, that's never been shown in the movie, just showing Rengoku like solving a situation that's been happening with the slasher demon, and then like taking care of it, and then, you know, buying all those bento boxes. I thought he bought all those things like in the train, you know, and on the train, you know, as a way to like fill up his belly. But whatever. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alphazito. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. All right. Peace out. Bye bye. Toot toot.